You're not depressed. You're not broken. And you're definitely not losing your mind. You're just a Gen X woman. And your brain has been running a marathon it never signed up for. If you're someone who remembers life before the internet, but now manages 3 digital calendars, a group chat that never sleeps, and an aging parent's medical portal password. If you're someone who can fix a printer, schedule a dentist appointment, soothe a teenager's ego, and remember where the spare keys are hidden all before 8 a.m., and still feel like you accomplished nothing, then stop scrolling, because you're about to feel incredibly seen. Here's what most people get wrong about Gen X women. They call you independent, tough, the latchkey kid generation, and yes, you are. But underneath that self-sufficient surface, something else has been quietly rewiring your brain for decades. And it's not what the self-help gurus tell you. It's not about self-care. It's not about boundaries. It's deeper. And by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why you're exhausted in a way you can't explain, and why it's actually a sign of strength, not weakness. Let's talk about your dopamine system. In the 1970s and 80s, your childhood ran on delayed gratification. You wanted to hear a song. You waited for the radio. You wanted to talk to a friend. You called a landline and hoped they were home. Your brain learned patience because it had no choice. Now fast forward. Your adult life runs on interruption. Email pings, news alerts, Slack messages, your teenager's crisis, your boss quick question, your mum's doctor calling. Your brain hasn't evolved for this. It's still wired for the 1980s, but it's surviving in 2026. Psychologists call this cognitive load overload. But here's the truth they don't say out loud. Gen X women are carrying the emotional logistics of 3 generations at once. You're the bridge between aging parents who didn't believe in therapy and kids who overshare their feelings on TikTok. You translate both languages, and no one translates for you. Let me give you a real-life example. It's Tuesday night. You're sitting on the couch. The TV is on, but you're not watching. You're mentally rescheduling the dentist for your kid. You're wondering if your dad remembered to take his blood pressure meds. You're replaying that weird comment your coworker made at lunch. And then your partner says, "You seem distracted," and you snap. Not because they did anything wrong, but because you've been on for 16 hours straight and your brain just hit capacity. That's not anger. That's a nervous system crash. Or here's another one. You scroll Instagram. You see a woman your age hosting a perfect dinner party, another running a half marathon, another launching a podcast. And you think, what's wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with you. Your brain is comparing your behind-the-scenes chaos to someone else's highlight reel and losing. Here's the twist that changes everything. It's not that you're failing at modern life. It's that modern life was never designed for a Gen X woman's brain. You were raised to be invisible, to not complain, to figure it out alone. That made you resilient, yes, but it also rewired your threat response. Your brain learned, if I don't do it, no one will. And that was true when you were 8 years old, letting yourself in after school. But now, that same survival mechanism is what's burning you out, because you don't know how to delegate. You don't know how to rest without guilt. And when someone offers help, you say, "I'm fine," when you're not fine at all. So let me say this clearly. You're not lazy. You're not weak. You're not failing. You're a woman whose brain learned to survive alone, and now it's exhausted from never being asked to stop. Now, let me be fair, because this isn't just a sad story. That same brain wiring, it's also your superpower. You can handle chaos that would break other generations. You're resourceful. You're not easily shocked. You've seen technology shift 3 times. You've navigated a world that went from analog to AI. You're the only generation that can write a check, reset a router, and comfort a crying friend, all without missing a beat. The problem isn't your strength. The problem is that you never learned how to turn off the strength. And that's not your fault. No one taught you. They just praised you for being so capable. So here's what I want you to take away today. That exhaustion you feel, That quiet hum of anxiety that lives under your skin. It's not a character flaw. It's the cost of holding everything together for everyone else, while pretending you don't need holding together yourself. You were the generation that raised itself. Then you raised everyone else. And now, it's your turn. Not in a selfish way, not in a quit your job and move to Bali way, but in a small, daily, radical way. You get to put something down. You get to say I can't without explaining why. You get to rest before you collapse, because you have nothing left to prove. You already survived the childhood that no one managed. You already built a life from scratch. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're just finally ready to come home to yourself. If something in this video made you feel understood, hit subscribe, not because algorithms matter, but because there's a whole world of Gen X women who need to hear this, and YouTube needs to know we're here. And in the next video, I'm going to show you the one psychological shift that stops the guilt spiral when you finally try to rest. You won't want to miss that, so take a breath. You did enough for today. I'll see you in the next one.